This is an overview of the major enhancements in AppTestStudio version 22, releasing in December of 2025. AppTestStudio is an intelligent auto-clicker where you decide when and where it clicks at millisecond and pixel accuracy. To get started, to show you the new changes, I'm going to load a script and let it run for just a little bit to get some data in place. First thing it does is it moves over, then it selects a team, goes to loadout, clicks on party hired, and then closes out. It will then go to the dungeon. Inside the dungeon, it will turn auto on, and if I turn it off, it'll turn it back on. It'll also click on the warp and healing fairy. We're going to let some data get in there, and then we'll show you the new features. And you can see, let's go ahead and stop right here. One of the new features is in the runtime, there's the left side that shows you every picture that it took. I'm going to take a screenshot while we're here of this section to go over it. Going down the side is actually the representation of each one of these dots. Each event is a screenshot, whether it has actions or not. And then the actions are these icons here. So you can see when they were fired. I'm going to get out of my screenshot and go back into AppTestStudio. I'm going to go to the design view. During runtime, we have if we are on choose a path by these pixel colors in this XY location. And we find the healing fairy text, this healing fairy text inside this mask. We click it. There we go. So we got a healing fairy. Here's an example of that. It clicked the healing fairy, heals all your guys. You can see that on the screen. So I can click on it, and this is what it'll show you. First of all, it moved the mouse from where it was to a location. When you mouse over, it will show you the location of the mouse movement. So you can see all the actions taken. Here's another example, same thing. Different place. So the healing fairy is in the middle this time. The mouse is actually, at this time, it's over in the top left. Move the mouse. See the arrow moving. Move the mouse and then click the mouse. So you have this fine-grained detail of the changes. Also, I'm going to hit resume again to get some more data in there. On the right side, I'm going to go over to design view to show you something new. So in this case, one of the events is if it's on choose a path, down here these little numbers are showing you where it is. So we're checking for this area for those colors. And if we're on choose a path and we find healing fairy or warp, we do the action. So if we find warp in this mask, then we click on warp. Pause the script. On the run tab, on the events, you can compare to runtime images. What this will do is it will take this node, choose a path, and compare it to all of the runtime images in this list and show you which ones matched. And so here's the reference image at the top that we used, and it's checking this area for the most part. And it's comparing the two. So did it find anything on this one? No. It goes down the list, everything in queue. And look like we're getting some hits here. So we do see choose a path right here, and these have passed. So the red, green, and blue matched. So this is a pass. That was on what is known as a color point, which is the event button. You can also do it on the group button. This has no points on it. There's no checks here. On the Find Healing Fairy, by this icon, you can see that it's an object search. I'm going to right click, compare to runtime images. It's going to show you the reference image right here at the top. And then it's going to show you the mask on the side. It's going to show you the mask area. Then it'll show you also what it saw in the mask area, the search image, and what it found. This always finds the closest match. Inside of this screenshot, the closest match to this text was right here. It detected it at 0.2. We have it set to 70 to be acceptable. So in the next picture, this area right here is the closest match at 0.15. And again, it has to be 70 to be true. Let's go down to something that's a little closer. And again, the 70 is defined by yourself by doing some testing. No healing fairy in this one. Oh, that's because it was on warp. All right, let's do warp. Now we're looking for warp. Let's go and find warp. Find a positive match. So here we go. So on this screenshot, we found warp. We are searching for warp. We found warp. It's at 96 detected threshold, which is above the 70. So that's considered a pass. This is a cool one, warp. So let's say I wanted to key off of this picture. When this is on the screen, I want to take actions. You can click this button called Add Image to Project. It'll let you give it a name. I'm going to call it warp. And then we have options. Event or action. In this case, event's probably a good one. And then you can have it send it to the selected node. That's the node that's currently clicked in your design project, or the root node. And then on the root node, do you want it to be on top or bottom? So top would be put it as the first child. Let's put it at the top on the root node as an event and call it warp and hit create. This will go back to here and add that picture to the top. The last feature that I wanted to show you, up until version 22, you have not been able to go to disabled nodes with the go to feature. After completion runs, which means it checks and it's true, there's this after completion setup. From continue, back to home, back to parents, stop. But there's also this go to. The go to now will work on disabled nodes in the tree. So this, you could actually make a set of functions. For example, exit dungeon in this one, click auto off, click the gear, click exit dungeon, click yes, exit dungeon. The change is you can make a disabled group node and it'll still work. Whereas before it required all of the nodes to be active. That's the major changes. Quite a bit of bug fixes and quality of life changes have been added. That's all for now.